Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I am Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I'm so pleased to be with each and every one of you this evening. I have a very special guest that I can't wait to bring on. But before I do, I would like to just open the show like I usually do. So I just want to let everyone know that this is a show that you can watch live on Facebook. All right, this is being streamed via Facebook Live. And you just go to the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page to view it live. We're not going to be taking callers from the call-in. We will, though, answer questions. We're happy to answer any questions in the comments. So I highly encourage you to get on over to the Goldylocks Productions page, all right, and make sure that you view the show from here. And just enjoy the show. It's going to be really great. And like I said, we will take some questions, but we need you to ask them in the comments, all right? So, before I, like I said, introduce my very special guest, and I'm excited because it's all the way live from Australia, my special guest. But all right, so we have a lot of energies going on tomorrow. We have the new moon around 2:30 Eastern time. We have then the solar eclipse. Now, unless you're in the direct path, will you see the total solar eclipse? Many of us are going to see partial. Like in Connecticut, we're only going to see partial. But it's still going to be very, very powerful. And so, and just use caution, please, please. It's been a long time since the last one. But even though many of us might just view it as partial, they're still very powerful. Please use the right protection for your eyes, or just wait and view it online from professionals who have the filters on the cameras and have all of that, so that you can look at it safely. All right, so this eclipse though ensures that the planetary codes, all right, initiated by the Royal Syrian Star Lions, remember from the Lions Stargate portal, that these codes are integrated into the planetary grids. So many of us are feeling this. We really are. And it's very powerful energy. All right. So again, welcome everyone who's showing up on Facebook Live. And those of you you can call in and just listen to the show, but I'm not taking any callers from the radio part. All right. You can listen to it on through the radio, through the computer as well, with the link for Blog Talk Radio. But the preferred way for you to really enjoy this show is to watch it live on Facebook on the Goldylocks Productions page. All right. So I like to just give, like I do every week, to a crystal message. And the crystal gemstone mineral message for this week is aventurine. And this is the healer of the heart, mind, and soul. It balances emotions and promotes living in the moment, like in the now. Helps us just to live in the now. And don't we need that at this time? We really, really do. It helps with staying balanced. All right, and the spirit animal that comes in is the tiger. And remember that this is messages to get you to the next week. So aventurine, if you're not sure what it looks like, it's very, very, very pretty. I have some green aventurine. And then, so the spirit power animal that comes through with the message is tiger. So, and the tiger is the power, represents power and action without analysis or overthinking. Don't we overthink a lot? And it also represents energy, acting in a timely manner. and strengthen willpower in the face of adversity. And a tiger is a big animal, like a big cat, like the lion. So it's pretty interesting that that is the animal that showed up for all of us. And welcome everyone showing up. Hello, Gwen. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. So I'm going to introduce our very special guest this evening. My guest is Marilyn Vaccaro, and I hope I say her name correctly. I'm sure she'll correct me. Vaccaro, Marilyn Vaccaro, and she is a celebrity tarot reader, counselor, and a fourth-generation Italian psychic with 15 years professional experience. And she resides in Byron Bay, Australia. So welcome so much to the show. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and agreeing to be on the show.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Yes. And so, all right, for those watching this, maybe whatever time zone you're in the United States, I have to let you know that it is already Monday for Marilyn, right?
Yeah, it's Monday morning.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, how did you know that you were had these abilities and psychic in your youth when you were a child?
No, I didn't know actually. I used to talk to people that no one could see, and my parents just thought I was really imaginative, therefore creative, and that I would be a writer. So whenever we'd go to people's houses, they'd say, "Oh, she's going to be a writer one day." So I had this thing in my head, I'm going to be a writer one day because I'm obviously making this stuff up. And and then as I got older, I had all these experiences which ended up proving to me that it was actually happening. And then I eventually started working in the industry, and then it seemed to really exceed my expectations and become much better than anything I've done before. So I realized that was what I was here to do.
Oh, wow. And that's, I hear that a lot. I think we do have some sort of experiences or memory maybe. To us, there isn't a separation, right? When we're young, we're connected still, so plugged in to God, to nature, to, we're just so plugged in, and that we don't think of it as separation. We're taught separation, right? As we get older. And so it's something that is learned. So it's really kind of, at what point did you realize you had gifts? And it's kind of like, well, I've had them the whole time. But we do kind of put it aside sometimes. And I've done that as well. Did you do that? Trying to fit in, wanting to fit in and be normal. When you realize that you had abilities that your friends didn't have. Did you go through that in your youth?
Did I have examples of that in my youth?
Yes. Absolutely. Did you go through that as well? You thought that everything, you would share maybe some of your experiences with your friends, and they didn't have the same abilities? Did they think you were kind of crazy, or?
I remember when I was a teenager, I was watching TV late one night, and I saw these two shadowy figures holding hands standing behind me, and I'm saying this to whoever's with me, and they're saying, "Yeah, it's not happening. I can't see it." And then I remember a later date when I had moved out of home, I knew there was something in the room, and I was with this whole group of friends. They were new friends, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do something really weird. So I said to them, "Listen, there's ghosts in this room." And they're like, "Yeah, shut up, whatever." And I said, okay, watch this. And I said, okay, I was looking at the records in a bookshelf, and I said, I want you to flip all the records that way. And then I said it out loud, and then it actually happened, and then everyone was like, oh, what happened? And I was like, oh, finally, like, I can actually interact and ask them to do things, and now my friends are complaining. So it's really good. So that was interesting. And then from there, it just, then I knew that could happen. And then I realised I could talk to them, and then I realised that, a whole bunch of stuff can help people with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, excuse me. Well, take a sip of water here. So we do have some people starting to ask their questions, and thank you so much. We will be with you shortly and answering questions. Gwen will answer your question. She asked a question, a comment. We'll be with you in just a few moments. Everyone coming in, please go ahead and continue to put your questions and comments. And so I have to ask you, I know you like to use the tarot or the tarot. Do you have a special deck, or do you use multiple decks?
I use a whole bunch of different decks because I love so many different decks. Yeah, so it was a different deck. I've got about 30 of them. I have a few favourites. I really like the Osho deck, the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. I really like the top deck, the Aleister Crowley, and I really like the Llewellyn deck. Beautiful pictures. So there's a few different ones that I use.
Okay. Oh yes. Yeah. And you know, there is kind of, once you buy decks, whether it's tarot or oracle, it's kind of hard. It's kind of like a shoe addiction or a gemstone addiction. You just want to, add to your collection. So at least I feel that same way too. It's just kind of like, oh wow, another deck. Yay. So that's great. That's wonderful. And so now I know you're a very busy lady. You have so many things going on. Do you have any upcoming classes? Do you teach? Do you have any upcoming events?
I do. I'm running workshops in Byron Bay in Melbourne, Australia at the moment. And actually, as of tomorrow, I am releasing an online tarot course so that people can learn how to do tarot card readings for themselves. So, that will be available probably from tonight, actually. I'm just finishing touches on it. So I'm looking forward to that coming out, because it is, when you're really good at something, you can help other people do it, and everyone's good at whatever it is that they're interested in, whatever it is that they've spent their time on. And because I've been so passionate about this, I've become really good at this, whereas I'm no good at other things. I'm no good at bookwork, things like that. I would go to somebody else to get that done. But if I had somewhat of an interest in it, I might learn it. So I know a lot of people who come to me for readings because it's like, I don't have time to learn the tarot, I just need a tarot reading now, I need to know what's going on now, and I can definitely help you. But if you have an interest in growing your psychic ability, this course can really help you. So it's a really easy day-to-day experiential tarot course. And when I say experiential, what I mean is I'm including in this course activities, like an activity that goes with each card that you can do 5 minutes a day that sort of gets you in the feel of what that card means. So you don't need a whole lot of intellectual explanation, you just sort of remember what that card feels like. So really interesting approach that I just came up with.
Oh, that's very nice. Wow. And now you will have all this information, all your upcoming events and how to contact you and everything on your website. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
I'll reach out to MarilynVaccaro.com and I'll have it all on there.
Okay. All right. And so that's very easy to look up, everyone. It's her name, and you just hit the .com, and you'll be able to go online, and like she said, and get all the information. Check her out, especially those in the United States who maybe haven't heard of her yet. Please, do check her out and contact her for services. I always recommend you should never have just one go-to person. You do have to have a team with you. And so I always encourage everyone to go to others in the field. And it's not just, readers, because readers should be healers too, because they're helping to heal. And so go to others and you will see the beauty of the validation. Like if you get the same messages or things reoccur, and it just proves to you those beautiful high energy messages that were coming through for you, not from one person but from several people, and that maybe it's time to get going and listen to the messages that are coming in. So that's great. So all right, would you like to take some? We'll take some answer some of the questions, maybe give just a little mini insights to some of the viewers who are watching and want to ask a question.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
All right, excellent. All right, so we have Gwen. Gwen is asking a question. Would like to know if my friendship with I guess she forgot the name, but if her friendship with a particular person will heal, or should I move on? Gwen, if you're still on, did you leave the name out on purpose? And that's okay. But it helps us to focus a little bit more on that particular person. Would like to know if my friendship with someone will heal, or should I move on? So, all right, we'll wait for Gwen to answer that, but we'll go ahead and tune in, because a lot of times Spirit knows exactly who you're talking about. All right? So
Yeah.
if you would like to go first, Marilyn.
What I've got with this situation is it's really important for you, Gwen, to keep your sense of self-esteem. I feel that you almost want to pour out your heart to this person and try to get this connection happening again. I feel there's been a lot of hurt here. But what they're actually telling me that you should be doing is actually not doing that. But what I'm getting is, I feel like, you're in the right, or you've got the right to what you've said and your opinion, and I don't feel that you should really actually give that up or try and chase this person. I've got a feeling that this person, I think that they know they're being maybe a little bit harsh or a bit full on or standoffish in the situation. That person needs to come back into their hearts. It feels like you're in their heart and they're in their head. And I just think, don't chase them. It might be that at the moment this relationship is not on. I do feel you two will connect on a social level down the track. And then you've got the opportunity to face that kind of painful situation that happened, because both of you are disappointed. And then I think it could definitely be back on. But I do definitely see it's ended at the moment, and that you should not try and do anything more. I feel like you've done it, so all of the good stuff here, and it's unbalanced. But just know that you will run into each other down the track, and there's opportunity for change and transformation later on.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's so hurtful for both of you, and why she's been the way she is and you're being the way you're being, is because there has been a lot of love here. So it's not that this person doesn't care, but this person is either too proud or just can't feel this. It's too much for them. They can't cope with it. So just let it go, and just wait for that right time. And you just naturally align with each other.
And I totally agree with Marilyn as well, because this is very powerful times, and we may find that people are coming and going in our lives a little bit quicker than normal, and know that no one's supposed to come into your life permanently. There's some people who are supposed to come into your life temporarily, and what joy did that friendship bring you? Even if it brought you pain, what was the lessons in that friendship? All right. So there's always something to learn when people kind of come and go. And that the big thing, like I do believe Marilyn said this too, is we shouldn't take it personal. we shouldn't, oh my gosh, what did I do? Or we do that so much. We take a lot of things real personal instead of just understanding the beauty of how relationships work. It comes and it goes, and being grateful for, this is what I learned with this friendship. And if it's time to go, then move on, but you shouldn't hold on to anybody. You shouldn't, if they want to go, let them go. You should never try to hold on, because it's stale energy that needs to leave so that you can allow fresh energy to come in. And so when we hold on to something that's not working for us anymore, we're blocking ourselves. And that's pretty much everything that Marilyn had said. So we both are in agreement with that, Gwen. So I hope that has helped you and will help you. And everyone you can always watch the archive show to get answers if you missed the answers to your comments or to your questions. And so just be sure to put your questions in the comments. Don't be shy. You can go ahead and do that, and we'll be happy to answer you. And we hope that everything's coming through pretty good sound-wise, because I can hear Marilyn just fine. She's coming all the way from Australia, coming in live. So this is such a treat. I feel so honored, and I'm just so very glad to be with her this evening side by side and having a great conversation with her and getting to know her a little bit more, as each and every one of us are, as the viewers are as well. And so, oh my goodness. All right. So Marilyn, do you work from home, or do you have an office that you go to?
I work from home. This Byron Bay in Australia is a sunny place. I often work from like near my pool or something, which is really great. So I'm really lucky in that way. And yeah, I love it. People come to my house, but I do a lot of phone and Skype readings. They work just as well as a face-to-face. In some cases, even better, because I can't even judge the looks. Sometimes you get someone and they're so put together and they look so kind of on it, and you think they're fine. And then you see their cards and go, oh my God, I must be wrong. They're fine. And their cards are just very messy right now, And so sometimes even the looks can throw you. But yeah, on a phone reading, I don't have that at all. It's very good because I can't judge that. And I've also learned to get over that part as well and to realise, everyone has different situations at different times. Yeah, so I do heaps of phone and Skype readings, and I get to do that sometimes. So.
Yeah, I do that too. I work from home, and it's, I agree with you. I prefer the phone readings where you're not looking at the person. And if we are face-to-face, because I do go to a shop on the weekends and give some readings and healings from there as well. But I don't look at them when I'm giving their messages. I look away. Do you do the same thing? Do you look away and don't make eye contact with them so that they don't distract you by facial expressions?
So I feel like the messages come from here somewhere. I don't know how that works exactly, but it feels like, so I'm always my eyes are kind of going that way a bit when I'm talking. I'm listening to that voice.
Yes, exactly. Me too. And I'll tell them that it's I'm not being rude, because some people feel like, oh, you're not looking in my eyes or when you're talking. Well, in a reading, it's different. Don't be offended, because we are listening. We're tuning in. And so that's how we stay connected, is that way. So that's great. Yeah. And it is very powerful and effective working from home as well. And I do that, like I said, 5 days a week. And then 2 days I'm at a shop where I'll give readings and healings too. So it's, but I do prefer, like you said, just that, I would do Skype readings and phone readings. You do the same thing, right? You do phone, Skype, and in person?
Yeah.
Or video readings. I don't know if you use Skype, but yeah, video. So.
Yeah, I use Skype.
Okay.
Zoom's good, so I'm using those.
All right, so we have another question from Wendy. Am I on the correct path? I feel like my energy is all over the place sometimes. Thank you. So Wendy, with your energy.
You are on the correct path. I feel like the things that you wish for, it's already like they've been instigated. They're on their way to you. I feel that you've already begun the work. But what I'm worried about and what I don't want you to do is they're sort of showing me that maybe at some point after putting in some energy, if you don't see the results straight away, or even if you do, there's a part of you that might come in and like sabotage that. Like you get scared, oh my gosh, what's happening here? It's too quickly, it's too much, or it's too slow, it's not going to happen. But I just want you to have faith, because once you send out your manifestation to the universe, it's on its way. And especially with you, they're saying you've got a lot of foresight, you've got a lot of power, you've got a lot of spiritual strength. I know that you feel like you're all over the place sometimes, but they want you to just trust in your instincts. They want you to trust in what you're creating. So on a very specific level, if you're creating something with your work, please keep going, because it's going to work out for you. But you've got to maybe get rid of any distractions, or if you're trying to decide between, do I quit my day job, or do I do this exciting new venture, or whatever it is, you've definitely got to go with the exciting new venture. But, you also have to be a little bit practical. Like, I might keep, a little bit of my day job, but I'm definitely going to put a lot of energy into what I have to do right now. Or, I hang on to my old job until I get a new job, and then I work my old job. So being a little bit pragmatic about it, but definitely you have to go for your dreams. That's what this is all about. The more you kind of stop yourself, the more I think you will over, the more you just allow yourself to do it. You have to. That's what they're telling me. And I just don't want you to feel sad about anything that's sort of going on that makes you think that things are possible and that things don't work, because that's not true. You're saying, I know you've had a little bit of a rough time, but you've definitely got some financial abundance coming up, and a lot of strength that you didn't have in the past. So this wavering, I think, will stop, and it will be more firm if you just believe in yourself and keep moving forward with your goals.
Yes, and I totally agree with her, with Marilyn, Wendy. Wendy, I totally agree with her, and we've talked before, so I'm not even going to. I've given her messages just recently, so Wendy, and it's just all validates. It's just all so beautiful. It really is, and I think it's normal right now for us to feel like our energy is all over the place. And so it's okay. Grounding, or just it's finding that space and that balance. What keeps you in balance is very important right now. And so Marilyn's website is on the screen right now. Please check out her website. So just want to make sure we have her put her website up for a moment before we go to the next question. So there it is. And it is her name, Marilyn. Is it Vaccaro? Am I saying it correctly? Because I don't like to. Okay, good. Because I don't want to butcher anybody's name. Makes me feel bad. All right, so we hope that has helped you, Wendy. And we're going to take the next question from Terry. I am moving to Dallas, Texas. He already lives in Texas. Wants to move to Dallas on the 26th and glad to get out of here. Will the move go smoothly, and will I get moved in without any problems? They really need this fresh start. Okay, they need to move. But they don't want to be disillusional about it too, right? Like, oh, this move's going to be great. They want to make sure that the move's going to be good.
This is very interesting. It feels like it's bigger than you, Darren. What they're saying to me here is that you have to keep, it's like you've got to finish this off. You've just got to get there. And when you get there, like I do see you having this bit of hesitation, which is quite normal, but it feels like a destined thing. It just feels like this is bigger than you, it's bigger than your decision. I feel like there's a sense of destiny involved in this. And I think that once your mind becomes solid and clear that you are doing the right thing, and I feel like this is a huge, big thing for you, like a massive thing to do. But they're saying, get the magician card here. For you can manifest anything you want to create with this new life. You can get any kind of job you want to get, you can make it the way you want to make it, get the kind of home you want to live in, what kind of area you want it to be, and you get to start again. Now, I get a feeling that like your love life will also be really good there. Maybe it's the fresh scenery, and they're just showing me, family life will be good there. So, and definitely work. I don't see, on a practical level, I see no issues here. I feel that you'll be helped, I feel you'll make good friends. Life will just sort of flow and you just feel easy and relaxed. And I see you overcoming anything that feels difficult like easily. So you've got the chariot here, so it's like as long as you're dedicated to it and focus on it, you'll get there. But I just think that maybe just be a little bit like financially cautious. Don't get too crazy on anything. Just be sensible, and your dreams are definitely coming true. And all the stuff that you have going on where you are, and the reasons why you want to move. I know you just want kind of a new fresh start, but I feel like there is some stuff that you'd like to move away from. I think it's a good thing that you're moving away from. I think that's really healthy. I think you're feeling, certain things and one thing. I think that you're having something happy with for a while. So when the time comes, follow your gut instinct and believe. I think it will be life-changing for the better. I think it's so hard to do. So happiness.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. What a beautiful message. And just totally, just absolutely. We've talked about this before a couple of days ago, Terry. So it's right on for you. But I understand because it's such a huge move and it's a new path on your life, and it's a huge step. And I'm really excited for you because I know this is going to, not that everything's smooth sailing. We're all going to still have challenges in life, but it's going to be better for you than where you are. Absolutely. So, all right. So thank you so much, everyone who has asked questions so far. Continue to put your questions in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. So I'm very honored again, like I said, to have Marilyn with us live all the way from Australia. So I'm in Connecticut, so from Connecticut to Australia. In technology, wonderful. That we get to share everybody, worldwide. So I have to ask you, Marilyn, have you ever been to the United States?
I haven't, actually. I'm dying to go. I'm thinking next year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You should. Yes. Yeah. That's wonderful. So did you grew up in Italy and then moved to Australia, or did you grow up in Australia?
I grew up in Australia. My parents are both from Calabria and Italy, and I grew up in Sydney, in Australia, and I haven't actually. Next year I've got a trip actually booked to go to Italy, and I'm hoping to go to America as well. So
well, I'm sure you're going to have
everybody around me is Italian, like for the first sort of chapter of my life.
Well, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of new friends in the United States, and absolutely, if you come to the East Coast part, please look me up. I'd love to meet you in person. That would be wonderful.
It would really be wonderful.
So, you have this gift and this ability runs in your family. So you were probably really used to, cards being read for people. And so what was that like growing up?
It's interesting because until I was 14, it wasn't something that was really spoken. Like on my mum's side of the family, we used to get together after Sunday church, because I grew up in that Catholic tradition when I was young, and we'd get together after church and everyone would talk about their dreams, and there'd be things where dreams were coming true, and it was just really nice to have this sort of conversation. And then on my dad's side of the family, they would do cards for each other. They would use like memory playing cards, and they would be prophesizing events, so kind of fortune telling style, like weddings, funerals, this thing, that thing, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, what events would come. And I just found it all interesting, but I didn't really think it was a thing. I didn't kind of know that that's something that people really do. I don't know. I thought it was just, I didn't know what to think. And then from 14, my mum actually got into, this was in the 90s, my mum got into the New Age stuff when it became really popular to be into crystals and cards and all that sort of stuff. And I'd go to channeling books and I'd see, you know, people there like speaking like from different voices and all these things. So I thought, oh my god, this is amazing. Went to my first like Mind Body Spirit festival, but that was really amazing. And never thought I could ever do any of this for a career, but it was just my hobby. And then I had some other businesses and everything. Yeah, ended up becoming my career in a really bizarre, twisted fate kind of way. But yeah, I always had it around me. It wasn't really spoken about, and all my relatives, we were all becoming, you know, kind of like normal things like our teachers, you know, lawyers, accountants, all those sorts of things. And then later on in my life, everyone kind of made a bit of a change. Like those people with those kind of strata kind of jobs that became shamanic healers, Reiki practitioners, crystal therapy healers, Reiki therapists, you know, tarot readers, all this sort of thing. So it was like it was always in there, but we didn't realise that, I know that it was like a thing you could do in the world. We just thought it was something just amongst us. So yeah, it was sort of changed later.
Wow, that's really interesting. I like hearing everyone's stories about that because I know it's different for everybody, and it's you know, it's very nice to hear a family that even though, you know, it wasn't, and we had to be careful too. You couldn't just be so open about it. The abilities, you know, we had to kind of just, you know, be very careful with it, and so I understand that. I think it's easier for us now to share our abilities than it was 25 years, 30 years ago, and so it runs in my bloodline too. More my grandparents, my mom didn't want to use it, you know, and she was very, you know, with me, she didn't want me to talk about it. She didn't want me to talk about spirit. She didn't want to know what my grandmother had to tell her, because she was a very strict woman herself, so she didn't want to hear any messages from her own mother. But I could talk about the angels. So, you know, that was okay. That was allowed. I could, okay, you know, whatever the angel realm, that's fine. But no, it's interesting how it's different in different families, you know. So, so that's great. And thanks for sharing that with me. I love hearing those types of stories and experiences. I really do. So. All right, I just want to remind everyone, ask your questions here in the comments while you can. We got 20 minutes left of the show, so go ahead and get a chance to ask a question now. I know it's very fun to listen to us talking, but you can ask questions. This isn't just us talking. We would like to share our love and light with everyone as well this evening. By answering your questions. So if you have one, go ahead and post it in the comment now. And Marilyn and myself will be happy to shed some insight for you. All right. So, all right. So Marilyn, is there a message that you have for everybody with such intense feelings and emotions? Is there anything that you would like to let the guides know? Just want to pull a card for everybody? Just what you feel, because we all feel it on a daily basis. What is your message for everyone?
Oh, right. Okay, I've pulled a card. I'm also getting a separate message, so I'm going to talk about that. Right? What I'm getting, it's like they're saying your own life, people get referred to as enlightened beings. They talk about enlightened people. And they're sort of saying that no one can ever really be enlightened, completely enlightened, and sort of keep living and sort of stay alive, because it seems that whenever someone goes into an enlightened state, it therefore then creates this other kind of creative outlet, which leads to us being a beginner again and learning another lesson, and that life is for learning and kind of passing knowledge and helping people. And they're kind of showing me, it's interesting. Yeah, like if someone was completely, because people are like, oh, I want to be in an enlightened state, I want to remain in this enlightened state, but if that was the case and there was no change to our state, that's kind of, it feels like an exit point where we just become like a spirit and just kind of like float or something, and it's not really humanly, like we're supposed to be humanly, like we're kind of like spiritual sort of beings, you know, like spirits in these kind of flesh suits walking around in this like earth, and they're talking about, they're showing me pictures of like Lord of the Rings and stuff where you've got, you know, like this angelic being, and she comes to earth and she wants to have a mortal love and be like, you know, having a mortal life, and she doesn't want to just be out there, she wants to go above and experience pain and all this sort of stuff. What the spirits are saying is they just want people to embrace their human mortality, to be able to embrace being here and like making mistakes and kind of messing it up and getting back on it and then being good again and like learning and growing. That is the journey. It's not really kind of that destination where it's like, oh, everything's perfect now and I have to stay here. Because then like they're sort of saying that's when you may as well be growing. That's not what's going to happen. You keep growing until you die. So they're saying try and enjoy the striving, because we're so striving, we're so just want things and we want to get like more money so we can buy more stuff and get more, and do these things, and like, yeah, but enjoy it. But do all that. That's really natural human stuff. We don't have to like, pretend we don't want it or renounce it or any of that, but enjoy the process. That's what I'm getting told today. Like the 7 of Wands in my head, which is all about effort. And it's like kind of competitive drive in that, when you really want something and you're going after it, but sometimes there's a lack of enjoyment. So sometimes people enjoy it. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful message. Thank you so much. And wow, you know, and I totally love that. You know, the while we're on this earth plane, we don't reach total enlightenment. That's, you know, it's, you know, we have to, it's all a process. It's all a process towards that. And so I love that. I love that reminder. I really do. And that, you know, we just have to keep moving forward. It's all part of it. And, wow, that's very nice. So we hope that the messages that we have shared with you this evening has been very helpful for everyone. And so we have your last chance, probably got about 5 more minutes for you to ask some questions. So if anyone watching would like to ask their questions, go ahead, put your comments in now. And I just would like to share a way that you can get in touch, with Marilyn. And this is her website here. I'm posting it on up on the screen now. So contact her through her website. Please check out, it's a beautiful website, by the way. I love who designed that. It's a really great design. And I had fun going through it, and it was like, wow, it's just really great energy. You can definitely walk away from there feeling good. So I encourage you to at least check out her website and contact her. You know, so if she has helped you this evening and given you a message, let her know. It's great to get feedback. It really is. And just send her a message. Hey, I watched you on Reverend Tiffany's show and I enjoyed it. It's nice to, you know that, okay, that she was well accepted, you know, for way across the world.
And also my Facebook page and Instagram page is Marilyn the Tarot Reader, all one word. So I also put things up on there, like if I'm doing special offers and things like that. So feel free to like my page and stay in touch that way too, and send me a message and introduce yourself.
I love that. Wonderful. Yes, it's very, very easy to get in touch with her. I love that you're all over social media too. It is very powerful, and it does work. Being on social media, and just a great way to connect with everyone as well. So yes, and just be able. She should be very easy because she doesn't have too difficult of a name, but still unique enough that you should be able to find her on social media. So let me see here. I think we got somebody else. All right, thank you everyone who's still joining in and watching. You still have a chance to ask your questions in the comments. And for those of you who maybe have missed, if for any reason you step away from the computer or there was any type of difficulties, you can rewatch the show and listen to your questions being answered and addressed. Okay, so I'd like to just take this moment again to thank Marilyn so much for joining us this evening. And if there was any final words you would like to say or just share with everyone, Marilyn.
Let's see. It's going to take one more card to complete the reading. It's pretty interesting because we're coming to that solar eclipse now as well. It's just a really interesting time. I've just picked a card to end with, and we've got the Six of Cups, which I'm just going to show you there in my deck. It's such a beautiful, beautiful card. The Six of Cups is beautiful. About nostalgia and like childhood love, and also like just joy and happiness between people, and even a honeymoon period for partners. So I really got this feeling that this week would be really good to just share with kindred spirits and connect with people. And kind of just the intimate feelings of the heart being exchanged. So just a real sweet, considered energy, and I feel like the week's going to fly. I don't know why, I just got this kind of moment in time, energetically, moment where it's like there's this little bit of space, there's something interesting could happen, and then that's just going to keep going. So I feel like, do something meaningful and precious for this week.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. And like I said, thank you for taking time out of your schedule and sitting in sacred space with each of us this evening. And thank each and every one of you who, whether you watch this show live or you watched in the archives, thank you so much for viewing and sitting in the sacred circle with us and receiving your messages and your healing. And so thank you so much, Marilyn. We will do this again. This was really fun. And I'll be in touch with you. And thank you again so much. Many blessings, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. See you later.
Okay. All right. So everyone, thank you so much for joining in this evening. I just want to end the show out here and just thank everyone for tuning in. And if you need to get in contact with me, of course, many of you should know how to get in contact with me at this time, right? But in case you don't, you can get in touch with me with my website, which is whitesagewoman.com. And of course, on social media, I'm, on my Facebook pages, there's Goldylocks Productions, there's Goldylocks Temple of Healing. You can go to my website, whitesagewoman.com. There's just so many ways that you can get in touch with me. So be sure to reach out and let me know any type of show ideas that you would like. If there's topics that you would like to have discussed, any of those types of things. I always love hearing feedback and love hearing from everyone. So again, thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle with each and every one of us. And thanks again for the lovely special guest that we had, Marilyn Vaccaro. And we'll see you. This is going to actually be my new show day and time. Is Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. I know it seems like I keep shifting my show around a lot lately the last several months, but it's trying to find the right place. And so I do feel like maybe this is the right spot. So Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to catch me here. Thank you so much, everyone. May the obstacles to your flight be few and the blessings along your journey be many. Namaste.